As Batman and his stories were becoming more campy during the early 1960s, even before the debut of the live-action series starring Adam West, his villains began to reflect that. He still had several of his classic and iconic rogues, but DC decided to pad out his roster a little bit with some sillier and colorful characters like Bouncer, Zebra Man, the Rainbow Beast, Spellbinder, Kite Man, and even Composite Superman, probably the dumbest of the bunch. Some of them did find greater success in recent years, however. Spellbinder was one of the best villains to be featured in Batman Beyond. Another one of these goofy villains debuted in Detective Comics number 311 from January of 1963, named CATMAN. Yes, CATMAN. In many ways, he was a parody of the original Caped Crusader, isn't it obvious? Don't let his earlier campier appearances fool you, though. He ain't no pussy. Cat, that is. CATMAN's real name is Thomas Reese Blake, and he was a trapper of jungle cats who became bored with his profession, which also happened to drain his fortune. Blake returned to a life of crime and donned a costume based off that of another Batman villain, Catwoman. He would become the master of cats, Catman. Honestly, Blake could have just went back to school or something, switched careers, made a plan, but I guess logic dictates orange and yellow spandex though, huh? Catman's gimmick is obviously everything cat-related. He steals cat statues, drives a catmobile that can perform cat-like leaps, has gloves and boots that hold sharp claws, and even drives a massive mechanized cat in his first appearance. He would be defeated when he fell into an underground river, though Batman tells Robin that Catman may have 9 lives. Haven't heard that one before. Sure enough, though, Catman would return in Detective Comics number 318, where he turns Batwoman into the new Catwoman. He would trap Batman and Robin, laying bricks to close them in, and leave only his smile, much like the Cheshire Cat in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. He makes a pretty sturdy prison for them too. Maybe he should have been a bricklayer instead. The character of Catman would basically remain dormant after issue 318 for several decades, not resurfacing again until the early 1990s in Batman Shadow of the Bat number 7 as a member of Killer Moth's team of lesser-known villains called the Misfits alongside Calendar Man and Chancer. He would also show off his pet panther, Sasha, as well as more gadgets more in line to the ones Batman uses. In this story, it's revealed that his costume was owned by a cat cult in the South Seas. He simply stole it and would give them a fake. Shadow of the Bat helped re-establish the character of Catman back into the mainstream and introduce him to a new generation of fans. Sadly, this wouldn't increase his usage though. He wouldn't appear again until 2003, where he was depicted as an overweight, washed-up loser, equipped with a taser and a utility belt. He's easily defeated by Green and Red Arrow though, and takes a backseat to the Shade, among other villains. This version of Blake would return, however, in the 2003 series, Villains United, losing weight and living with a pride of lions in Africa to improve his fighting skills and become motivated once again. He joins a team of supervillains called the Secret Six, led by Lex Luthor, later revealed to be Alexander Luthor Jr., with his own set of secret motives. It was here that Catman officially became badass. He was finally cool. His revamped motivations, costume, and weapons made him stand out from his previous incarnations. It wasn't the only time he was taken in a more serious and darker direction. We also had Catman featured in Batman Legends of the Dark Knight number 46, but in that story he was a serial killer who used the cat motive and sharp claws to murder women because they reminded him of his mentally ill mother. But that's no fun. I want badass goofy Catman, not murderous insane Catman. Not to mention his costume in that was boring and uninspired. Despite the gimmicky approach this character took in his early appearances, I feel he stood out from the crowd of other campy Batman villains of the time. He had much more potential than many of the other ones put together even. I think he could have even worked in the live-action TV series from the 60s, despite debuting only a few short years before it started. Though Catman has made several appearances in comics over the years, he has still been criminally underused as a character, which is unfortunate. I do enjoy the darker and more serious directions he has been taken in recent years, but I do still think he has a lot of untapped potential left to use. Here's to seeing a lot more of Catman in the future. What do you guys think of the character CATMAN? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed the video and found it insightful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and share it to help me out. I will see you in the next one. Take care.